What's up, everybody? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. I'm back at it again. Please forgive me. I wanted to go live all last week, but I was having some issues with my Wi Fi. We had to get the Vodafone people out yesterday to repair some cables. So I've been wanting to go live, but today I want to talk about staying focused. Um, I can't speak for everybody, but in this particular season of my life, I am very, very driven to make something happen and bring my dreams into reality. When that occurs, when you make a conscious decision that you are going to go forward and that you have goals on the horizon and things like that, it has been my experience that you begin to encounter so many distractions, so many disappointments, so many difficult situations. And these things are kind of put on your path to determine your level of being focused, you know, because we all have reasons that things can be affected, things can be delayed, but I think you kind of have to really get to the point that you have made the decision that you're going to go forward regardless. I definitely want to send this out to my peers because we have less and less time. Every single day that we spend, we have less and less time to be able to get our dreams accomplished. And I haven't talked about it. I'm not going to talk much about it on this channel, but we witnessed last week the untimely death of Kevin Samuels. Very well known, controversial YouTuber. Um, Certainly, he thought he had more time. He was engaging in projects with some of our mutual friends with mine, and the point is that um he was able to put out a lot of content during his time to kind of be there for his viewers and things like that. But we all should be working on and focused on our legacy. I am not going to let anything or anyone distract me. I'm going to continue to go forward despite it all. I mean, this year has been a roller coaster for me already. You know, big shout out to the African Superstar family. Some of those challenges are known to the audience, some of them are unknown to the audience. But irrespective, I have just made the decision that I want to go forward. And that's why I want to put this message out there to you guys. You have to have the same resolve. You know, um, People that are close to you can often deliver the most destructive blow to you because of proximity. That includes family, that includes lovers, maybe your children, business partners, this kind of thing. People that are in your inner circle, unfortunately, have that access and have that ability. But life is for the living. That's what I really want to tell you guys. And in me sending this message out to you guys, it's a message to myself as well. Life is for the living. All of us will one day meet our ends. All of us will encounter that day. And when that time comes, we will no longer exist. So the point is, do what you can while you can. Stop procrastinating. You know, if you have dreams that are undone, you have projects and things that are uncompleted. I mean, honestly, if your dream is here on the continent, then you know everything that you eat, sleep, and drink should be geared towards that. I know when I was still living in the UK and I was preparing for Ghana, every single thing was about Ghana. Everything was about Africa. Every video that I made, for years was about the continent and, being driven. And that kind of mentality, that kind of vision is what brings things to life because the reality is, guys, nobody is out here trying to solve your problems. You know, Nobody is out here trying to solve your problems. A lot of people don't even care. And I know we want to sugarcoat things and be like, oh, yeah, it's the nice thing. It's a politically correct thing to tell people, yeah, I care. yeah, I got your back. But at the end of the day, people are going to do what's in their best interest. You better believe it. You know, and maybe you don't even want to think about it. But if it's a case between you and them, they will 9 times out of 10, 99% out of 10, you know, choose themselves or whatever that it is that they are pursuing. You need to stay focused on this journey. I hope that my viewers are finding this message. I know it's a little early out there for those of you in America. I'm heading to the gym. Huh? Yes. It's important for you to stay focused. I set a goal at the beginning of 2022 of recording 10 tracks. You know, that is my goal. I have recently recorded my 5th track and we're now in May. So I'm really, really on track to hit that goal. You know, I'm also preparing to shoot my 3rd music video. Big shout outs to ONAP Studios. Big shout outs to the one and only African superstar. Yes. Yes. I got to give it up because the nonsense is never ending. Oh, the nonsense is never ending. You know, I mean, it's crazy out here, guys. You know, it's crazy out here. People are out here dealing with stuff that you could never even really fathom. And I really applaud myself for being able to stay the course. And I'm still going forward. You know, I just choose to go forward. That has to be your mind state. You know, those of you guys that are wanting to come here to this continent and you think that it's roses, you know, you think that all the problems that you have in the West are just going to evaporate. You think that maybe some of the complexities you have with people in the West is just going to evaporate. Listen, that is not real. Okay, when you come to the continent, you are then going to start dealing with the existing problems here on the continent, you know. So it's all about this. This is going to dictate where you go in life. Okay, there are people that set off on our path. You know, big shout outs to any other, you know, diasporians out there, any other people that have moved and left the West. There are a lot of people that set out to do the same. You know, for one reason or another, they were not able to complete it, whatever. There's a lot of people that wish. That's fine. But at the end of the day, guys, what determines how the story goes? It's going to be how you endure your hardships. It's not a if, it's a when they come. What will you do? You know, when you get that setback, what are you going to do? When you have that challenge regarding your business, what are you going to do? When you get that heartbreak, or 2 or 3 or whatever, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when that person close to you betrays you? You know, what are you going to do when you get to the continent and you begin to experience some of the challenges there? Are you just going to say, you know, that's it? You know, I realized I was able to discover, I would say within the first year that I was here, that my love for Ghana and my love for Africa and my love for my own personal freedom is profound. It's profound enough that despite all the challenges, and I'm talking about very challenging situations that I've been confronted with, I'm still choosing to somehow manage my life here on the continent. You know, you have got to stay focused. This is a weak area of our people. You know, big shout outs to those of you in the chat room. If you would agree with the statement I'm getting ready to give, just leave me a number 1. This generation is not resilient. Let me see a number 1. If you agree with that statement, number 1. What's up, family? It's the one and only African superstar. I'm here live, getting ready to head to the gym and take out all my frustrations there today. What's up, family? Are you there? Hello? I hope so. All right. Thank you so much. I got 1 viewer in the room. Thank you so much, Consualia. Big shout outs to you. Our generation is not resilient. Okay, our generation gives up all the time. Our generation throws away, things that could be repaired. They walk away from relationships. They give up on their kids. They quit jobs. They abandon businesses. There's a popular meme that goes around and says, "Oh, what's the difference between, why aren't marriages lasting like the generation, our grandparents' generation?" This is the answer why. It's because our generation is not resilient. You know, if you were smart, you would understand that as you create the foundation, that's what gives your life depth. Okay. That's what gives things value, is when you actually invest in things and you actually build it up. For instance, some of you guys may have friendships or relationships that have lasted decades. You might have friends that you grew up with, you know what I mean, from childhood. The nature of that friendship is going to be so much deeper than someone that you met last year, because you guys just don't have that context. In as much that you may love your new friend and stuff like that, they don't have the depth that that long-term relationship has. Our generation doesn't understand resilience, and that's why we don't get anywhere. We even see it here on the continent. People are making the dramatic move to come to the continent, and then, 6 months later, they're out. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely extenuating circumstances. People get ill, family matters, financial problems, whatever, that may make you have to make a decision or whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, maturity will teach you that investing and building and creating a foundation is where it's at. That is where our generation sucks. So I'm just trying to tell y'all, stay focused. I can't say anything about anyone else. But I'm going to give things that I engage in 100%. What's up, Daniel? Big shout out to the family. Thank you guys for greeting me in the chat room. We have some spectators here. I'm used to it. I have a lot of people that just watch me and say nothing. So big shout outs to Consuelia and Daniel. They're the first in the chat room today, giving me some engagement. This is basically my pep talk. I'm heading to the gym myself. I have recently just gone through some really unbelievably challenging situations. And, this is the advice that I'm implementing, and this is the mind state that I'm in. The mindset that I'm in is like, I can't sit back for the challenges. I really, really can't, because they're ongoing. Big shout outs, Brown Coat Blue. I'm good. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. Please, guys, make sure you like the stream. You can also support the stream. This is just a little pep talk for you guys out there to remain focused on your goals despite the things that are happening. It's a hard lesson I had to learn from childhood to adulthood, is that life is perpetual. When I was growing up, I thought, okay, you work really, really hard, and then you get to certain levels and you coast. I kind of had the idea of like a like a skateboard or something. Like, you run, you get your momentum, and then you just cruise along. But that is not how life is. Life is perpetual. And as you begin to escalate different levels, you begin to encounter different challenges. And actually, I was talking to a good friend last night about this. Big shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He gave me a call last night. We had a chance to catch up. It's been a while. We talked about, as you escalate in life, your perspective and vision changes. Okay. So your peers can't always relate to what you are seeing or what you're pursuing in life, because you have now elevated yourself to different levels, and your perspective is different. It's the difference between someone who lives in a high-rise building that lives on the third floor, and then the person who lives at the penthouse level. Once you get to the penthouse level, you can see an aerial view of what's happening around you. The person on level 3 can only get like a street view. They can see like the car park. That's it. And you can't actually be discouraged when other people are not seeing it from your perspective. They're not where you are. Big shout outs. Alex, what's up, boo? It's been a minute. Big shout outs to the family. I'm happy that some of you guys are making your way back. I did have a episode that aired last night from Jay Cameron from Maximum Impact with Jay Cameron. Big shout outs to him. He was recently here in Ghana, and I had a chance to catch up with him. And so our episode aired yesterday. It is in the community tab, or you can go to his channel. I also 2 weeks ago had an episode on the Dentist Show, which is also in the community tab. So make sure you catch up. Well done interviews, I must say. Both Denta and Jay had great teams, great equipment, great audio to capture our interview. I'm very pleased with how everything has turned out. And I'm happy that it is reaching my audience, because for some of you that may not be aware, I previously had a larger platform, over 11,000 before YouTube shut me down. So there's quite a few people that I have not reconnected with, as you can see. But the platform is growing. I'm really excited about that. It's yet again a testament to what I'm talking about today. Stay focused. It was it's actually been a year ago. They took my previous platform last April. And, I did not sit down a minute. I had already set up this channel previously in case of emergencies. And the very day that my channel went down, I went live on this channel and told everybody what was happening. And now a year later, I have so much to show for what I have been doing in that last year. My music, regrowing this platform, obviously, putting more of my imprint here in Ghana. These kind of things is a testament to staying focused, guys. These setbacks are going to come. The obstacles are going to come. The disappointments are going to come. The betrayals. You've got to condition your mind for these things and try your very best to deal with them when they happen, because guess what? Okay, guess what? All prolific people have gone through this. Most prolific people cannot even be appreciated in their lifetime because they're so ahead. What I just talked about in terms of perspective. They're seeing things way ahead of their peers. And so it takes a lot of time before their peers get to catch up and realize, wow, this movement to the continent or Africa, something that's been on my sites for a long time. Those of you that have been with me and my viewers, you know it. Leaving the United States was something that was long on my horizon, to the point that I left in 2017 just to get out of the country, just to, begin to free myself of that environment. But all of that comes from, this is kind of my secret, which is staying focused. A lot of distractions. There's currently someone, I don't know, they probably would call themselves my friend. But as of lately, I would definitely not call them my friend. And I noticed, the tone on their social media has changed quite a bit recently. And it's very, very negative. And, I have reason to believe that some of these things have been aimed at me because of the context of what has been being said. And I'm thinking to myself, listen, okay, I'm on a journey for self-awareness. Okay, I'm on a journey to fulfill my wildest dreams. All of you should be too, to be honest, because time is fleeting. My dreams and desires don't have to align with your dreams and desires, and that is cool. That's what I talk about all the time on this channel, which is SMP. It stands for our mission statement. It's strategy, maturity, and patience. Okay? That means that I am mature enough to understand that everybody doesn't have the same interests that I have, doesn't have the same preferences that I have. And guess what? That is cool. It's fine. Do you. Do what makes you happy. You know, find out what that means and implement that. I'm cool because honestly, if you're someone who's close to me, I want you to be happy. You know, I want you to live a robust life. I don't take any enjoyment in watching people that I love or am affiliated with suffering. You know, it's not necessary for me to approve your decision, and it's not necessary for you to approve mine. You know, but again, guys, as you escalate yourself, you know, your perspective becomes different. And you also have to be able to understand that the people, you know, maybe people that you've previously affiliated with are not there yet. And that's okay. You know, all of their silliness, all of their lashing out, all of their very, you know, childish behavior, it doesn't necessarily merit any response from you. You know, it further illuminates that whatever they have going on is not working for them. Because if it were, they wouldn't have time to take, you know, time to take out and worry about what you were doing and discourage you from getting to your optimal levels. So big shout outs to the African superstar family. Well, I see there was quite a few of you there. Big shout outs to the handful. I'm talking about handful of you that greeted me in the chat room. Again, special shout outs. Conswalia, I see you there. Daniel Sosu, big shout outs, brother. I see you there. Brown Coat Blue is back with us. Came back through Jay Cameron. I'm so happy that you were able to find the new platform. I've been here already a year on this channel. So, you know, it is what it is. We can't cry over spilt milk. I definitely know by this time next year, I won't still be at this level. Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'm hoping by this time next year, I have me, you know, a hit song, you know, that also will bring some traffic to the channel. So big shout outs. What's up? What's up? I appreciate you for being here, and I'm glad you got something out of it. It's a message that we all need to be reminded of. It's something definitely that I'm reminding myself of today is stay focused. You know, stay focused. You've come too far. You know, those of you that are already on the track of your goals, you have come too far to turn back around now. What's up, Nana Dreams? Big shout outs to you. What's up, African Superstar family? The message today is stay focused. That is what it is. That is what it is. And, you know, you can even actually get to the point where, you know, it's not that you're being callous, but you kind of just elevate yourself above trivial things. So, you know that people will do things, right? Next trivia question: what are some hurtful things that people that are close to you can do to you that you have experienced before? Okay, this is just, you know, I'm just giving an example here. Okay, so list some of the things. Okay, the first thing I'm going to put is abandon you. All right, big shout outs Antoinette, Love and Nija. I see you there. Thank you so much. Love and Nija's reminding you guys to support the stream. 5 on it. 5 on it. PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff. We getting ready to shoot the 3rd music video. Everything costs money. We're getting ready to shoot the 3rd music video for Come Chill With Me. Shooting date is the 18th of May. So it's already been scheduled. Already, you know, ONAB is working hard on that. So all of your proceeds go obviously to the music project. That is what I've been raising funds for the better part of this year so far. So what are some things that people close to you can do to you that affect you, that hurt you, that are very disappointing. The first thing I put is abandoned. You know, to be honest, this is something that I deal with. Although I'm such a community oriented person, I seem to connect with people that are transient, you know, people that can come and go. I'm always willing to, you know, sort things out and talk things through and let's work it out. But unfortunately, this is something that I deal with. It is extremely painful. I've had people that are really close to me, you know, for decades walk out of my life. I've had lovers, you know, that I just absolutely adored just walk away. Um, the thing is that once you go through it a couple times, guys, you know, you should kind of be getting some pointers of how to cope with it so that if it occurs to you, it's not a shock. Those of us that are, you know, Pan Africans, pro blacks, those of us that love the continent are venturing back to the continent, get ready for this. Get ready for it. Anticipate it. You know, try your best to enjoy people while they are there present in your life. If you're like me, you want to create, you know, the family environment with those that are around you. But some people may just be stopping through. You know, some people may just be stopping through. Brown Coat Blue says the ones that you love are the ones that can hurt you the most. Absolutely. You know, I talked about this earlier. They have proximity. You know, somebody 200 feet away from you, if they throw a rock, they can't hurt you. You know, someone who is, you know, at your shoulder length can do so many things to hurt you. And that is just what it is. Alex says dishonesty. Obviously being maybe you know, deceived or lied to, you know. Those of you with children, I know sometimes, you know, when your kids lie to you, it hurts you. You know, it's harmful. You know, your spouse lies to you or whatever. You catch somebody in a lie. You know, at our ages, guys, and on our particular journey, these kind of things should not destabilize our whole game plan anymore. No. These things should not destabilize our whole game plan anymore. Okay, when you're 16, you have your first heartbreak. Yeah, maybe you're sick. Maybe you know, you cry. Maybe it takes you a couple years to get over it. At this age, guys, it's not really a viable reason to stop your flow. Okay? All right? These things can happen. Don't make it some kind of ethereal thing that, oh my God, it's happened to me. Why has it happened to me? It's happened to so many other people. Matter of fact, other people, there are other people that have had worse situations than you had, and worse situations than I had. Betrayals, it's crazy. You know, I often think about Kwame Nkrumah because I'm here in Ghana. You know, the prolific first president of Ghana, you know, of whom we're still benefiting from his vision and infrastructure to this very day. What he put into place in motion decades ago. Just imagine going and taking a business trip, you know, because you're passionate about your country and you're putting in all these things to make it great. And your own friends and family and countrymen conspire against you and ruin everything. You know, countless people, if anybody watches any crime shows, been murdered by their spouse, best friend, colleague from work, you know, ultimate betrayal. Look at the fact that you are still here. You've been able to endure whatever has faced you so far. You're still here. Just keep going. Just keep going. I guarantee whatever experience that you're having this very day, you know, a year from now, you will be beyond that. Maybe you'll be facing some other challenge, but this particular moment, this particular pain, and stuff like that. Those of you guys, viewers, big shout outs to the Level and the Continent fans. To be honest, when my ex-boyfriend left and moved to the UK, it was devastating for me. It was absolutely devastating for me. You know, it took me the better part of a year to deal with it. I just could not let it go. You know, now a year later, I am in a much better space with that situation. The point is, stay focused. Did I get off my block and just lose myself and just go into a major depression? No. And actually, I would have been a fool to do that because life is still going on. So learn how to cope with your problems, guys. Anticipate some of the things that have gone on, in your past and in the past of other prolific people. And go ahead and think about what would you do in these situations? How would you handle this kind of disappointment, this kind of betrayal? Consuelia says, undermine your aspirations and goals. Absolutely. You have people working from the inside. If they don't agree with what you are doing, this can be really dangerous. Maybe if you have like a spouse or a partner that doesn't see your view and vision for the future or your goals or whatever, they can be working from the inside to be ruining that. You need to properly vet the people that are close to you. Even if you have long-term friends, sometimes you need to evaluate and say, okay, yeah, we go back to third grade or whatever, but are we still on the same page? Do we still want the same things? Because if they are in your cipher and they don't, and they're doing malicious things against you, then that can be really, detrimental to your game plan, and you wouldn't accomplish it. Big shout outs, Deborah. I see you there. She's a African superstar music lover. Hey. I hope you downloaded the track, Deborah. I hope you saw our official music video for Ghana Is Good For Me. Huh? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Brown Coat Blue says, indoctrinated people do not like it when you start to question it free. Absolutely. People begin to get offended because they take it personal when you are saying, hey, these circumstances are no longer suitable for me. I'm going to go do something else. A lot of people take that personal and say, well, what's wrong with the life that I'm living? Now you think you're too good to live here and do this and blah, blah, blah. We get that sentiment a lot from people, Black Americans and things like that back in America. They will be giving a lot of stress to, the diaspora that has chosen to move on. And it's like as if you don't realize what's going on. Big shout outs to my brother, Happy Companion. I see the YouTube family in the building. Big shout outs to him. Make sure you go over and support his media coming from the continent as well. He's a fellow YouTuber. Big shout outs to you, brother. So, that's what I came to talk to you guys today. I can't be on here so long, but I do plan on going live this evening. Now that I was able to get my internet worked out, I had the cable down for a whole week. And also I traveled to Takoradi. Yeah. I spent some time out in the sun. Can y'all see my suntan? And I spent time on the beach. It was lovely. I met up with some friends in Takoradi as well that have been, asking me to come for time, which was quite nice. And it's a nice view, vibe. Big shout outs to all my Tadi, viewers and all my Fenties. That's one of their tribes in Takoradi. I had a lovely, lovely time. I spent Wednesday to Sunday there. So I recently returned. And yeah. So anyway, we're back and live full effect. What's up, Lady Visionary? Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? From Rwanda. So yeah, guys, make sure you stay focused. I really want to just reiterate this message is very important. A lot of times we say the same things over and over again, but it bears repeating. Stay focused. You have come too far. I know that you're dealing with obstacles on your journeys. You know, I know that it seems very lonely. You know, I spoke to a friend this morning and he was kind of saying that to me, that he just feels sometimes that he's all alone, and he's sick of it. He's sick of people coming and going in his life. And I said, bruh, bruh, you know, for some of us, it's part of our path, you know, and we have options, you know. We have the option of going out in front and being this pioneer and being this leader and being this trailblazer, or living the status quo. But guess what? When you are a leader and you decide that you just want to dim your light because you don't want all the associated stuff that goes with being a leader, trust me, that is my story. You know, when I was heavily in the church, one of my favorite parables was Jonah. Okay. Because I am Jonah. My purpose, communicating with the public, being a public figure, speaking, blah, 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 is something that I didn't want and didn't choose and have ran away from for so long. And because I didn't choose to answer this call, it has been a tumultuous road. You know, I'm still dealing with problems and challenges on this path, but it's nowhere near what I was dealing with when I was inappropriately placed, when I was displaced in places I shouldn't have been. Because what happens is those around you recognize that you are not from that caliber, and they begin to attack you, as well as the normal ups and downs that you go through in life. You know, so being displaced is painful too. You know, so those are the options. The option is go deal with the friction as you pursue your dreams, but also get some gratification and also create a legacy, or ignore the call and take the abuse from being displaced. Either way, you're going to deal with friction. So, in my opinion, dealing with friction to gain ground and be progressive is better than dealing with friction and being stagnant. You see, we need to teach our kids that, hey, you're going to choose friction either way. Let's just be real with them about it. Let them know, hey, your options are to work for someone else or have a business. Either way, you're going to deal with friction. Your options are live in the West or live on the continent or live somewhere else internationally. Wherever you go, there will be some friction. We can't go all the way back. Those of us that are foreigners in the international community, we are now defined by the place that we originally resided in. We can't help it. We have an accent. Culturally, we're different. Our appearance, maybe our ethnic backgrounds, we can't change any of that. That is going to be what it's going to be. Everywhere we go in the world, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're British. You see yourself as a Black woman or a Black man. You see yourself as an African. You see yourself as a second generation. Yeah, my parents are from Cameroon, this and that. The world sees you as an American, a Black American, a British, a Caribbean, Australian, Canada. You got to deal with that friction. You may not like it. I hate being asked, where did I live in America? And, all that stuff. To me, America is very foreign now. I left in 2017, and before I physically left, I mentally left and checked out of what was happening there. I don't keep up with it. I don't have any plans of returning and residing there, but I can't change that, So the realistic perspective is you are going to deal with some hardships. Make the hardships worth it. If we struggle here on the continent, we can have something to show for it. If we struggle in the West, are we going to have anything to show for it? How many of you guys have anything to show for it all the time, and all the money and the education and the psychological things you went through? in the West, did you get anything from it? Because if you can say to me, yeah, Gina, I struggled in America, but I came up. I'm doing good. I'm living good. My family is good. You know, we're making it happen. No, in essence, we are like the hamster on the hamster wheel in the West. We are struggling for no reason. We're struggling, and we know that we're going to struggle indefinitely, and we have no recourse to change the things that we're facing. It is madness to stay there. I'd rather come out here, struggle here in Ghana, go back and forth, do what I got to do, and create my life here on the continent. That in 20 years, I can look at it and say, okay, I put a lot in, but look at where I stand now. Then struggle over there, and in 20 years, because I've already invested 20 years in America, for instance. And I for the life of me can't say, I can't measure what I have gained from that, except resentment and, you know, the experiences that I have, you know. Overall, I would say my time in the US was not a happy time, you know. So guys, that's my message today. When you come along and see the playback, make sure you can leave your comments. Please make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. And you can also support the stream. Big shout out to Isaisa's in the bush. She's late, but I'm about to go to the gym. I have talked, and I hope it was a good talk for all of you. I love the family. I want to let you guys know you guys have been so significant in my journey, and I'm super grateful, especially grateful to those of you that have become friends and family in real life to me via social media. I'm just totally grateful. Having people in my realm that want the same things that I do is powerful. I rather have 5 people that are like-minded than 100 that are not. So this social media has allowed me to create and fortify those relationships, and to that I'm deeply appreciative. So thank you all. I'll see you again. I'm going to do a live stream tonight, so y'all see a playback. I'm like, oh my God, Gina, you were so early. I know. I'm going to the gym. I'm actually late because it's 12:30 here in Ghana. I'm supposed to be at the gym at least by 12. But I had to get this message in because this was the message of the day. This was my mind in the morning, which is stay focused. So big shout out to the African Superstar family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.